All right, everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking things in a little bit different direction. Not just going to be talking about fitness, but we're going to be talking about the mind, and we're going to be doing that by listening to those minds that have been through different stuff, who have reached the top of their game, and seeing if we can learn a little bit from them. I think I'll call this like the Mastering the Mind series, or Master the Mind, something along those lines. But today we're going to talk to Will Smith and learn a little bit about this process that his dad put him through to understand like how he can build a wall brick by brick and translate that into his success as an actor, as a rapper, all that kind of stuff. Then we're also going to hear from Kobe Bryant, who is a 5-time NBA champion, and he's going to talk a little bit about the process of practice and like the little things that he enjoys in that practicing process, whether it be the smell of the ball or all these little details. And I would encourage you to listen to Kobe and think about, like, when I'm working out or when I'm cutting my food and prepping my food, like, what little things do I enjoy? Like, do I love the feel of the bar in my hands, or that sound of a knife like cutting through vegetables, or, you know, just little things that make the process that much more enjoyable. So keep that in mind when you're listening to Kobe's talk. And then we're going to wrap it up with Terry Crews, who is an actor, and he's huge into fitness and health. And he's going to talk a little bit about not just focusing on the end goal, which might be hundreds of pounds of weight loss or all that kind of stuff, but just the little things and the little step-by-step actions that you can take to focus on the process and do little baby steps that will get you closer to your goal and start to build that momentum. So I hope you enjoy this. If you really like this video, be sure to subscribe, give it a big thumbs up so that you'll be able to see more of these when we post them. And that's all I've got for you today. I'll turn it over to the guys.
Your father, I think I read,
Absolutely.
had you and your brother work on a ball of
Oh
some
yeah,
kind?
yeah. We're talking about our figurative wall. That comes from work on a literal wall.
Yeah, right.
My father owned. It actually was an old bakery when I was growing up. My father was an electrician and a refrigeration man. We would install supermarkets. You see the long freezer cases in supermarkets. We would install those long freezer cases and all the lights. That's what we would do every summer.
Yeah.
So this one year, my father had his shop, and he decided for whatever reason that he wanted a new wall on the front of his shop. So he tore down probably about 16 feet high and probably about 30 feet long. He just completely tore the wall down, and my brother and I had to dig a 6-foot hole. We
For
were
the
mixing
foundation.
for the
Yeah,
foundation, and we were mixing the concrete by hand.
Yeah.
A year and a half. We were building this wall for a year and a half. Every day after school, we were coming, mixing concrete, putting it in the hole, doing it, and it was just myself and my little brother. And I remember standing back, looking at that wall, saying, "There's going to be a hole here forever. There will never be anything but a hole here."
That's right.
And a year and a half
I don't
later,
have that many days.
I know. A year and a half later, we laid the final brick.
Yeah.
And my father stood back with my brother and I know he planned this. He says he didn't, but I know he had been planning this and writing this for his for the past 2 years. But we stood back, we looked at the wall, and he looked at me and my brother and said, "Now don't y'all never tell me that you can't do something." And walked into the shop.
First one is just to be passionate. You know, what is that? Is there a moment where you can define your passion for the game, or was it just something accumulated over time?
Well, I mean, the passion came from the love for the game. I loved everything about it, like the smell of the ball.
You love the smell of the ball.
Yes, the ball. The smell of like brand new sneakers and like the sound the ball makes when it hits the ground.
Sneakers in the gym.
Sneakers squeaking. Yeah, the ball going through the net, like all those things I love. And so the passion comes from that, because once you have that love, you just want to be a part of this thing all the time.
This is the thing. Everybody thinks talent is it.
Right.
Like, everybody thinks everything's like, he's natural. There's no such thing as a natural. It's never existed.
Right.
At any given time, anybody who you love and you love watching what they do, at one time in their life, they didn't know anything about it.
Totally.
And it's all just ingrained effort and work and feedback, positive, good feedback to help you correct your mistakes.
Right.
That's it. And you can say it sounds cliche. That was a great thing you said, man, because it's hidden behind a cliche.
Right.
And
It's
it
so
sounds
true.
so like, oh, all right, but see, nobody, you got to believe it.
Right. That's the thing. Because people, they're like, well, what's the real secret? Like, obviously you had some, like, you know, hand up or something.
Right.
No. And that's why it's hidden. Like, the cliches, and it's almost like you hear those so much that it's so easy for people to, like, whatever. But I feel like once I finally realized that, because when I recently lost 115 pounds, and it was like going through that and trying to train for my marathon, it was like, man, like, I've just kept working at this, and it's like, wow, I'm like actually doing it. And you start to see that little bit of success, and then you get in that, it's like this success
feed off of
Yeah.
it.
cycle where like you have a little bit of success, so you see results, so it motivates you a little bit. So you're like, I guess I'll keep trying. So then you see a few more results, and it's like, eventually,
You lost
Yeah.
a person.
yeah, dude. I lost
You
someone I
lost
heard.
a human being.
That's how much she
Yeah,
weighs.
I know. You
I had
lost your
2
wife.
wives before, and now I just settled for the hot one.
Oh my God.
I got that ugly one out of there.
That's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? And see, that is a testament in itself, because I'm gonna tell you, this is where trainers mess people up. I've had trainers who totally just want to prove that you could never do what they do, and that's,
Yeah.
and they have you paying.
I know what
Right.
you mean.
Just to say like, oh, this
You're not as
poor
good as
guy.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
And they go to blast you. Like, they want you, unless you're in pain and you feel like you're sick and you're throwing up, they're like, yeah, that's a workout now. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, you hurt, you can't walk. Great.
Yeah.
And the whole point is, what I tell people is treat the gym like a spa. The first time you ever go, just go in there and walk around. Touch the weights, get a drink of water, walk around, and then leave.
Right.
And I mean, literally do that for like a week, 2 weeks, until you just get to the habit of getting in that door. Because what's going to happen is eventually you're going to start lifting because you're there.
Yeah.
And you're going to do something. And then you stop. Don't ever get to the point where you're like, I can't feel my arm. It doesn't work. I've been working. People want, they want my body and all this stuff, but I've been working out consistently since I was 14 years old.
Right.
And I'm 44. I've 30
30
years,
years.
of hardcore
Right.
2-hour workout. 30 years.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen overnight.
Nope.
You just have to enjoy the process.
Totally.
Learn to enjoy it, because I'm sure there was a point where you started to enjoy
Yeah.
losing 113
Yep.
pounds.
Yep.
And that's the only way you're going to keep going.
It's true.
So I hope that this video really encouraged you to take control of the processes that you're able to in your life, find different ways to enjoy those processes, and give you a game plan as to how to get the ball rolling in different areas of your life when you're trying to figure out what process works for you versus what doesn't. If you haven't taken a chance to subscribe, please hit that button down below. That way you're in the know when we release any new videos. And I just look forward to learning alongside of you and making sure that we're mentally as prepared as we can be to attack the journey ahead. Thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.